Hi everybody, I'm Mrs. Insane Witch and welcome to another Gems of War video. This is the PvP video, so let's jump in PvP and we have some things to talk about today. First of all, let's start with the sad news. So let's go here on the PvP goals, and if you were one of those people that would collect reward 19 to get an extra VP points, 1000 VP points, the 1000 VP points are still there, but they will not instantaneously do the 20th reward. So the 1000 VP points are still in the 19 reward, and yeah, they are still there, but they will not do the 20th reward, so you will need to continue and play for that. Let's go back and let's see. So the only place where those 1000 VP points will appear are on the overall on the PvP shop, so they only count 2 here. Previously they would count for the PvP leaders, so for the ladder on the PvP league, but now they do not. So the only place that they will appear is on the PvP shop, because on the overall on the PvP season they will not count, and on the ladder they will not count. And also on the 20th reward, when you receive the other 1000 VP points, the same thing, only on the PvP shop overall. So only here will you see them. They do not count for the leaderboards anymore. Previously they did, and they will not count for the PvP season also. So I hope I made myself clear. They are still there, they just don't insta-fill for the 20th reward, and they do not count for anything else unless it is the PvP shop. Now, with that being said, let's go and see our PvP season, because we are beginning a new season. So PvP season of honor, and we have to do all the things again. On the season goals we have to do everything again. I already collected my ladder climber because I'm always on the diamond league. I don't grind that much, but I do grind to a point that I stay always on the same league. So I already have souls for Immortal, whatever his name is, Zachariel. So these are the 2 new immortals that we have. Is Immortal Zachariel, which I already have because I collected immortal souls on the ladder climber on the PvP goals, season goals, but I don't have it on invulnerable yet because I only have enough souls to upgrade 1 trait. So my Immortal Zachariel only has the holy armor. Only as the holy armor. So reduce damage from skulls by 40%. With that being said, I don't have teams yet to show you with it, because I think there is no point on using any immortal unless we have the invulnerable trait, because without that trait they are just another regular troop. At least that's my opinion. So no new teams for Immortal Zachariel yet. And then the other one is Immortal Leo. I still don't have this one, so we'll have to get some souls from it. Let's hope it's not like Immortal Dracon on the last season. Okay, so let's see Immortal Leo first. Immortal Leo deals a number of true damage to 5 random enemies. If used in Bay of Stars, deals double damage and destroys in an X shape. So it will do an X on the board. So it destroys gems and deals damage to 5 random enemies, so 5 times. So it's good. It's a good immortal. For traits, he has reduced damage from spells by 25%. Of course, the second trait, immune to all status effects, devour, mana drain, transform, lycanthropy, and lethal damage. And on the third trait, it has a 50% chance to create an umbral star when my turn begins, which is also useful. So, Immortal Leo is a good immortal in my opinion. And he is from Pride Lands, but on PvP, he will be for Bay of Stars. So with this one we have 3 immortals on Bay of Stars on PvP. Now let's see Immortal Zachariel, which is the featured immortal of the Season of Honor. Deals a number of true heavy splash damage to 3 random enemies, boosted by barrier gems. If used in Idonia, deals double damage. So this one is the second immortal for Idonia. We only had one so far. For traits, reduce damage from skulls by 50%. Second trait, same as all the other ones, immune to all things. And for the third trait, convert a purple gem to a barrier gem when my turn begins, which is useful for him because he will do the heavy splash damage boosted by barrier gems. So these are the 2 new immortals of the season. Immortal Zachariel is the featured one. Now let's go to the PvP shop and see. So the new mythic that you can purchase with gold marks this season is Saratiel. Deals a number of damage to all enemies, boosted by blessed allies and enemies, and then convert all purple gems to angel gems. For traits, all allies gain 2 random skill points, reduce damage from spells by 25%, and explode an angel gem when my turn begins. And you know my opinion, don't waste your gold marks. Don't waste your gold marks on the mythic troop. So on Saratiel, at least that's my opinion, because we can spend the gold marks on books, deeds. So books, the books, it's more important. So the books and Dragonite, it's more important than any other thing. At least that's my opinion. I know I have a bunch, but I do need to buy some books to upgrade my kingdoms. So yeah, I don't waste gold marks on the mythics in the PvP shop. I will wait for them to come to the Soulforge. When? We do not know. But that's where I am going to get them. And the legendary troop is Raquel. So dispel an enemy, deals a number of true damage to them, boosted by barrier gems, and then create 5 barrier gems. For traits, allied divine gain 2 armor, reduce damage from skulls by 40%, and give 3 life and armor to all divine allies when matching 4 or more gems. So this one I am going to get because silver marks are easier to get. And as soon as I have the 150,000 victory points required, I will get this one, not the mythic one. And that is it for the new troops on the PvP shop and Immortal on this PvP season. And let's jump to the restrictions of the week. Don't forget I play on PC mobile, so your restrictions can and may be different. So this week we have 2 restrictions that are the same as last week, another one that is the same but swapped places, and all the rest are new. So let's start with those. Geheron purple, same as last week. So purple and Uberdoom skulls, same, in the same place. The other one is Ancient Cat with giant, the same as last week. So giant and giant gems. The one that swapped places but is the same is Saltwild with green. So green was on Idania and this week is on Saltwild. So we have green with entangled gems. So same restriction, just swap places, and the other 2 are the same. Now, the changes of the week are Bay of Stars with Mystic, with the restriction Mystic and Lightning Gems, and we also have the restriction Mystic and on Summarizel. So Summarizel with Mystic and Entangled Gems. So these 2 are the same restriction. Bay of Stars and Summarizel with the restriction Mystic. Just the gems, the only difference is on the gems. Next, so where were we? Okay, so we have Winter's Reach with Dwarf and Giant Gems, and then we will have Maragia Expanse with Demon and Barrier Gems, and we have Broken Lands with Zaejin and Uberdoom Skull Gems. Now, I have new teams to show you, not new troops, new teams. Let's see. Which one are? Okay, so all the regular teams, all the Immortal teams will be in the description. The ones that are new will say new in front. And I am going to show you some teams for Immortal Drakon, although I still don't have the second trait upgraded. So I am going to show you for green. Let's copy the first one, just because it's been a bit annoyance to get some Immortal Souls for Immortal Drakon, and it's been a long time since I show you teams for it. So I am going to show you, but again, I do not advise you to use it unless you have the second trait active. All the teams that I am showing have Wand of Stars, but this one you can use Essence of Evil instead of Wand of Stars. So this one can be used with Essence of Evil. This one has Empress to boost Immortal Dracons. To boost Immortal Drakon. Then we have Wand of Stars or Essence of Evil if you choose to use Essence of Evil. I am using the class Archer, but you can also use the class Elementalist. But it's preferable to use Archer because on green we are always fighting against Savage Hunter, basically. So Archer is the best class to use against Savage Hunter. Then we have Leprechaun to mana generate and Immortal Drakon. So we want to cast the Empress to boost Immortal Drakon and then cast Immortal Drakon. So I am going to do one fight here, although I don't have the second trait on Immortal Drakon. But let's go. So I have 4 teams for green. So let's get some mana going. Cast Wand of Stars or Essence of Evil if you have to cleanse or explode. No, Essence of Evil just to explode and get mana. Wand of Stars to cleanse. Do the extra turn there, cast the Empress, and then cast Immortal Drakon. Now the other team. Let's go. Yeah, you can swap Wand of Stars for Essence of Evil. You just don't have cleanse with Essence of Evil. Yes, I'm sorry guys. It's too hot here in Portugal and I'm melting. Also, I already did 2 videos and my brain is just not processing as usual. Second team now. Copy. And let's go here and paste. Okay, we have Wand of Stars on this one. Then we and we have also on this one we have Elementalist. We have Immortal Dracon, of course, Aquaticus, and we have Leprechaun to mana generate. So let's jump into battle, and we are fighting against Savage Hunter. We are using Elementalist, but against Savage Hunter, the best class to use is Archer. So let's explode the board with Leprechaun, and Elementalist entangled our Savage Hunter. Archer is better because the first enemy will always start entangled, so that's why Archer is better. With Elementalist it's a bit of a gamble. So let's cast Wand of Stars to explode the board and get some mana going, which was not the case. So let's do Skulls then. Do we have any other? No. So I'm going to explode with Leprechaun again and cast Immortal Dracon, cast Wand of Stars again. Let's hope we get some explosions. Extra turn there on Skulls. We can cast Aquaticus. Oh, it's a she. And then cast Immortal Dracon again, and so annoying. What's the name of it? Prismatic Orb is annoying. Let's cleanse with Wand of Stars and cast Immortal Dracon again. Now, next team. So all these ones are new, and everything that is new says new in front. So copy, and let's paste it here, the next one. Manage and paste. So paste. Again, we are using Wand of Stars with the class Archer. In this case, we have Immortal Dracon, Arachnean Weaver, and Daughter of Yasman. Convert red gems to green, conjure a leaf storm. Oh my god. Starts battle with full mana, which is always helpful. Oh my god, yeah guys, I'm sorry, I'm really melting over here. Let's jump into battle. Okay, so what does Daughter of Yasmin do? Red to green. Red to green. We are frozen on green, and we do not have alignment for an extra turn on red to green anyway. So let's do some greens. We can do one extra turn on Skulls there, another one over here. Let's do some more greens there, and now we can cleanse with Wand of Stars. And we do not have alignment on red to green, but we have an extra turn on browns. Let's do that, and another one on yellows. We can cast Arachnean Weaver to entangle some troops. Web, not entangle, sorry, and web, not entangle, web. Cast Wand of Stars, yes. Okay, so if you are fighting an enemy that also has Arachnian Weaver like me, you may consider casting Wand of Stars on the curse side. So to curse Arachnian Weaver and take care of the second trait and all those things, so we can web him. But in this case, at least for me right now, no point on that. And why not? Let's cast Immortal Dracon now to get the rest of things going. So yeah, if you are fighting against Arachnian Weaver, curse, do consider casting your Wand of Stars on the curse side to curse Arachnian Weaver also. Now let me grab the last team, and I cannot fight with this team, but I can make some changes. So on this team here, we have Wand of Stars with the class Archer. We have Immortal Dracon, of course, and then we have the big, the dragon with the big chicken legs. So Chrysantherax. I still don't have him, and if you are one of the players that is on the same spot as me, you can use Stellaris. And then we have Leprechaun. But if you have the dragon with the big chicken legs, go for it. This is one of the teams that you can use. So I am going to paste the team, and then I am going to go and grab Stella and put it on the same spot where Chrysantherax was. And I misspelled Stella. Yeah, I know. 2 L's, please. And we are going to do this and swap it. So if you don't have Chrysantherax or whatever his name is, you can use Stellaris. So that's what I am going to do. And let's go to battle. Okay, so let's explode the board with Leprechaun. Let's cast Wand of Stars to cleanse and explode the board. Not that much of an explosion, okay. Let's do it again. Wand of Stars, let's go. And extra turn on skulls there. Let's cast Immortal Dracon. Diamantina is submerged, which is very annoying. Don't you just hate it when the enemy team goes to swim, goes to a dive, and cast Stellaris and let's go, we are done. So these are the teams that I have to show you for the green restriction in Salt Wild for Immortal Dracon. But yes, keep in mind that I only advise you to use the teams if you have the second trait active. So the impervious one, the invulnerable one, the one that is immune to everything. And now we are going to Dwarf, Winter's Reach Dwarf, and I have new teams for Immortal Glacier and Immortal Gemini, because we never had Dwarf in Winter's Reach since the new PvP system with the Immortals. So let's copy the first team for Immortal Glacier and let's go. Not here, sorry, Dwarf. Let's jump there, manage and paste. So this is the first time that we have the restriction Dwarf here in Winter's Reach with Immortals. And we are using Mountain Crusher to explode with the class Elementalist. Then we have Apothecary that transforms a selected mana color to brown and cleanse all allies. So get us some mana and cleanse if we need. Then we of course have Immortal Glacier. And we have Gimlet Storm Brew, transforms all green gems to brown, enrage and give a number of life to the first ally. It also starts battle with full mana there. Apothecary no. Let's jump into battle. And let's green to brown. We don't have alignment for that. We kinda do, so let's do that. We have there. So let's go. And now we can cast Mountain Crusher. And let's cast Immortal Glacier. And we are done. Next team for Immortal Glacier. Let's go. Copy. Not there. On the eye level side, please. And manage and paste. And for this one we have Wand of Stars for the Wondrous Things with the class Elementalist. Of course Immortal Glacier. Then we have Ghost King Grim Horn. Deals a number of true damage to the first two enemies and convert all yellow gems to Doom Skulls to boost the effect. Conjures a Doomstorm when matching 4 or more gems on the third trait, and he is also immune to poison, disease, lycanthropy and dead mark on the second trait. And because I like to do things different, on the first trait allied dwarves gain 2 life. Oh my god. And of course we have Gimlet Stormbrew again. Starts battle with full mana on the third trait. So let's go to battle. We are frozen on yellows and red, but we can transform green to brown. We are not frozen on any of that. We can do extra turn on blue. And we can cast Wand of Stars on the curse side because we have more purples and yellows than anything else. And now we can cast my god, Immortal Glacier. Immortal Glacier. Let's cast Wand of Stars on the cleansing side now. And through damage, all yellow to Doom Skulls. We can do that too. So let's cast that troop. I forgot the name. I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, what was the name of the troop? Ghost King Grimborn. Yeah. Okay, so these were the 2 new teams for Immortal Glacier on the Dwarf Restriction in Winter's Reach. Now let's go grab Immortal Gemini. First one. Oh my god. Can you copy that the right way, please? Oh my god. Copy, thank you. And paste. Let me just drink a bit of water. And for this team we have Dagger of Zaijin. Remove all green gems. Deals a number of damage to an enemy boosted by green gems removed. Boosted by gems removed, yes. If the enemy is from Zaijin or if the battle is in Zaijin, deal double damage. So this is not Zaijin, but we can use it here. We are using the class Elementalist. the class, oh my god, the class Elementalist. Then we have Crinkle, give all allies a number of points to a random skill and a random status effect, gain 50 gold, 20 souls, and 2 treasure maps. Immune to Frozen, immunity to Frozen, immune to Stun, Poison, Disease, Dead Mark, Lycanthropy, and Devour, and there is a 30% chance to create 3 freeze gems when my turn begins, on the 3rd trait. Then we have Immortal Gemini, of course, and we have King Eyeforge. Stun the last 2 enemies and deal a number of damage to them, boosted by allied dwarfs, oh my god, and summon a random dwarf. For traits, allied dwarfs gain 2 life, immune to Stun, Poison, Disease, Dead Mark, Lycanthropy, and Devour, and all dwarf allies start with 50% mana start, which is very very helpful on the 3rd trait. So let's jump into battle. Oh my god, I'm melting. Okay, let's do the extra turn on purples. And then try to get... let's do skulls first. And now let's do extra turn on browns there. Can I drop those skulls? No. So, greens. We don't have greens on the board, so no point on casting Dagger of Zaejin. We can cast Crinkle to boost something. And now let's do some browns and some skulls on the way. Let's cast King Eyeforge. And we can cast now Dagger of Zaejin, explode the few greens we have on the board. Try to get some mana for Immortal Gemini, which is being very difficult. So we need blues, greens, and purples. This is not helping. So let's explode some more greens. And no point on casting Immortal Gemini, so let's do some skulls and we are done. Okay, next team for Immortal Gemini. Copy. And let's go on the eye level side and paste. On this one we are using Stone Hammer. Stun and burn all enemies. Creates a mix of 22 red and brown gems and gains life. So mana generate and a bit of tank, because it creates life, gains life. For traits, gain 1 life for each brown ally. Immune to Stun, Poison, Disease, Dead Mark, Lycanthropy, and Devour, and reduce damage from skulls by 80%. So 3rd trait very important, because it adds us it has the capability of being a tank troop by reducing the skull damage by 80%. Then we have Wand of Stars for the Wonder Instinct with the class Rune Priest. So all dwarf allies gain 2 life and attack on 4 or 5 gem matches. So a boost there for the dwarf troops. Immortal Gemini, of course, and again King Eyeforge for that 50% mana start mana start on the dwarf allies. So let's jump into battle and do this one. Okay, I forgot to say something. So on the beginning of the video I talked to you about the bonus of the 2000 VP points that we usually add. I was still at 0, but I know for a fact that that has been fixed by the devs, because Insane Witch was playing to get there and he showed me the things. So that's why I know that those bonuses are no longer active. I forgot to say that on the beginning of the video. I was still on 0, but Insane Witch did the job for me. The work. Okay, so let's go and do the battle. Just in case you guys were wondering, oh, she's still on 0 and she already knows this. Yeah, I know, because my partner did the work for me. Okay, so after this one I only have 2 more teams to show you, and I think it's for Immortal Empyrion. So let's do this one. What can we do here? Nothing. So let's do some skulls there. What else can we do? Let's do browns. I always prefer to do brown, because that we can protect our hero with brown gems. And now let's explode Stone Hammer. Cast Stone Hammer to explode and do some mana. And now we can do extra turn on browns too. And now we can cast Wand of Stars. And we can cast King Eye Forge. Let's cast Wand of Stars again. Now we can cast Immortal Gemini. Finally, we can cast Stone Hammer. Cast Wand of Stars. Some teams are quicker than others, but sometimes we can not do much for the battles to go fast. Extra turn there on purples. Let's cast Wand of Stars again. I know. Come on, can I get some mana? No? Let's cast Stone Hammer again. And cast Immortal Gemini again. And let's do some skulls and we are done. Okay, so these were the teams that I had to show you for the Restriction Dwarf in Winter's Reach. 2 for Immortal Glacier, 2 for Immortal Gemini. Again, everything that is new says new in front. And now we are going to jump to Broken Lands. Okay, Broken Lands. Let's go. And 2 new teams for Immortal Empyrion. So copy and paste. So here we are using String Fiddler, silence an enemy, explode a number of gems, because this number in purple depends on your level and your power level. That's why I never say this number. Explodes a number of gems of one of their mana colors and gain an extra turn. Traits Allied Goblin, gain 2 life, immunity to silence, and summon a leaf storm at the start of the battle. Then we have King Gobbletruffle, deals a number of damage to all enemies, creates a mix of 14 green and brown gems, boosted by poison and disease enemies, also gains an extra turn. Traits, first trait here is not important because we are not fighting on a delve. Then inflicts poison when I take skull damage, and disease a random enemy when matching 4 or more gems on the third trait. Then we have Dagger of Zaejin. So removes all green gems, deals a number of damage to an enemy boosted by gems remove, And if the enemy is from Zaijin, or if the battle is in Zaijin, deals double damage. So here the Zaijin part is applicable because we have the Zaijin restriction. We are using the class Elementalist, and then of course we have Immortal Angrak. Let's jump into battle. I know the video today is a bit longer, but we did have some things to look up today. New season and everything. And I don't know if I mentioned this on the beginning on the video. This is week 1 of Season of Honor. Oh, okay, no, before we, oh yeah, let's do the red match there. Now we can do some purples, some browns here. Let's do some purples there. Extra turn on yellows. And let's cast String Fiddler on the hero to silence the hero, the enemy hero in this case. Cast Sting Fiddler, oh my god, again on King Gobble-Truffle. String Fiddler, oh my god. Cast it again on the other, on the other. So we managed to silence the enemy String Fiddler because he was already stunned and entangled and frozen. So if he is not entangled, not in this case not entangled, if he is not stunned, we cannot freeze it. So don't waste your cast on the enemy String Fiddler if he is not stunned, at least. So if he does not have the red stripe here on the traits, don't waste your cast of your String Fiddler on the enemy String Fiddler because he is immune to silence. Okay, now we can cast King Gobble-Truffle, why not, and then cast Immortal Angrak, and we are done. Done, done, done. Okay, and the last team I have to show you, it's the high level one for Immortal Angrak. So copy, and let's continue, and continue, and let's go on the high level side. So edit, manage, and paste. Here we are using Doomed Breaker. Deals a number of heavy splash damage to an enemy, +4 per tempering level. So this +4 per tempering level is when you have your weapon upgraded. So each upgrade that you have on your weapon will give you +4. Also stuns all green enemies and cleanses all green allies. Explodes 4 gems. If the enemy has a doom, explodes 3 more. We are using the class Elementalist. Then of course we have Immortal Angrak. And we have 2 Zarg's Boom Pile. So destroys a 5x5 circle. Deals a number of scatter damage boosted by red gems destroyed and gain an extra turn. Immunity to burning and fairy fire. Gain 1 magic when an ally casts a spell. Explodes 2 skulls when my turn begins. So 2 Zarg's Boom Pile. Let's jump into battle and try to finish this video because it's already 45 minutes long. I'm so sorry, guys. Also, I am sorry for all my miscommunication today. My words are not coming out that well. They are not well spoken because, yeah, too hot here in Portugal and I am melting. So let's cast Doombreaker. On the hero, why not? Yeah, I think I messed up. Deal to heavy splash damage to an enemy. Okay, no, I did not mess up. What we want to do now? Let's do the extra turn on greens. Try get some mana going. We can cast Zarg's Boom pile here on the 5/5 block. It is boosted by red gems and gives us an extra turn. Let's cast Immortal Angrak now. Then we can cast Immortal Angrak again because we got some mana with all the explosions on the board. Okay guys, so this was the PvP video. These are the current week restrictions for week 1 of Season of Honor. These were all the news that we have on PvP. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening to all my shenanigans. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye!